Hello. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Tech with Solutions. Hope you guys are all having a beautiful Friday. Let me go ahead and I'm going to have to pause like something that's going on in the background real quick. But today is a green day. I'm going to be showing you guys my profits. I'm going to be showing you why it is that I saw value in this specific ETF that I did a one-day swing trade on, what led to my success, and then just talk about what we always do, and that's patterns that make sense to us. Why is it that I took a position? What led to my success? And then what I'm looking forward to for a potential swing trade over the weekend. So again, none of these are any stock suggestions. You should never invest based on other people's opinion. You should only invest in what you understand. And if you are just about to tune in, I do want to encourage you to stay tuned until the very end of the video because I'm going to have some pretty good news. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time. So for those that don't know who it is that I am, my name is Ricky. I have a little bit over 137,000 subscribers, so I really do appreciate all your support. I have a little bit over 90,000 members within my free trading community. So if you like surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals and not only investing in the stock market, but investing in real estate. I bought my first house at age 20 and then bought a series of properties after that. We also buy and resell cars. I own a series of businesses. And if you like just surround yourself with motivated and like-minded individuals, I would encourage you to invest maybe like 10 seconds. Click that third link in the description. It's our free Facebook group. We have over 90,000 members, and then we have a private group chat for the people within the Facebook group that's 100% free, and it's the Tech with Solutions Discord chat. Now, we also have the first link, which is my private group that I speak to and work with every single day, and that has its own landing page and it explains everything that's included there. But it is I speak very quick, so for those that are watching for the first time, like, man, this guy must be on something. No, I just speak very quick. I drink a lot of water and chocolate milk, and that's usually what gets me going. So it's been an amazing start to the day. And yesterday I closed my first red trade for the entire year, and I shared that with everyone. But the really cool thing about that was I was able to take a position on this ticker DRIP, which is an ETF, and then as of today, I was able to make over $1,300 profit. What do I mean by that? Well, let me just show you. So we could go ahead, and I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller over here since I'm not that important. I'm going to make myself a little bit smaller. Boom, there we go. And what it comes down to is let's go ahead and visit DRIP. First of all, I'm someone that is known as a very conservative investor. What do I mean by that? I tend to cover profits right away if I see some form of resistance forming. And I ended up covering profits at 12.23. My overall profit for the day, as you guys can see, is $1,314.66. And that is pretty much it. I mean, it was a very successful swing trade. I called it out in yesterday's video. I talked about it. Why is it that I saw potential? So I called it out in advance. I explained, and I never encourage anyone to take a position based on my opinion. I'm just here to showcase what it is that I see value in, and that's it. Luckily, a lot of people within my private group, so it's the first link in the description, it's the people that I work with every day. Look at all these people as of today that have made money that are part of our private group, and not even private group, but also Tech with Solutions as a whole that followed yesterday's video and that were exposed to the stock that I talked about, which was DRIP. Right? So we can see, thank you for LVP for everything that it's done. We can see that there's pretty decent growth there. We have 2.7% growth there. The past week, 10% growth. Something that we do is focus on consistency. We can see that we're focusing on much more on consistency, approaching that 10%, 5% week, almost 5% on the day, a little bit over 5%. So again, happy to be green. All we focus on is consistency. We can see here again that the ticker on DRIP up over $180 on the day. Past week up over $1,000. Huge shout out to my boy Ricardo. I believe you're from LA if I'm not mistaken. You messaged me last time via Instagram. I posted my profits for the day at around 7:56 after we finished our morning call. Ryan, huge shout out to you as well. And I just wanted to congratulate everyone. Justin Smith, what's going on, man? 92% this week, 50% overall. Rick Gutierrez, the LPP course has paid for itself. And again, just all this profit, consistency, consistency, consistency. That's all we focus on. Again, how much did he make on DRIP? $377. Is it, is it that we do something like very strange? No, $1,000 on the day. Is it something that we do that's ridiculous? Can I see the future? No. All we do is we focus on patterns that make sense to us and that we understand. We're not greedy people. We cover profits right away and we focus on consistency. That's it. If you guys want to see what it is that I saw value in when it came down to DRIP, was the overall understanding that Gush was way overbought, which is the inverse ETF of DRIP, and that I saw potential in DRIP. I honestly think that DRIP can continue to trend up to potentially $14. I just didn't want to hold it over the weekend. The market has been extremely volatile, right, the past couple of weeks. There's no question about that. I am someone, if I'm up over $1,000, that's a lot of money to me. If I'm up over $100 and if I don't have to risk it, you guys better believe that I'm not going to risk it. I don't care how well it is that I'm doing. If I'm up $10 and I know that there's some form of risk that if I hold it over the weekend that I might lose it due to some form of indication that it's at a resistance based on the 180-day EMA, you better believe that I'm not going to take that risk. Right? I would much rather cover profits, revisit this stock on Monday, and if I can get back in and I can still cover some of the profits, then great. You better believe that I'm going to do that. And that's one of the things that I want to recommend for each and every single one of you. Never invest based on other people's opinion. Never invest in what you don't understand, and always have a plan when investing. Understand the pattern. Understand the reason that you're selling, that there's some form of indication of resistance, and if there is, that you don't get greedy. One thing that I did very well today, one thing that I did very well that I spoke to with the Learn Plan Profit Group. So again, I speak to them every single day at Market Open for about 30 minutes to an hour. We jump on a live stream on YouTube so they can see my screen. I can see all their questions and actually break down stocks for them for whatever it is. It's like they get to share the stocks they see value in, and I give them my opinion so they get reassurance that I see the same value they do, or I kind of like better guide them I like pinpoint certain things that like maybe they can't see, and just to better assist them in focusing on good quality stocks. And one thing that I noticed was that like, see if this makes sense to you. Have you guys ever been up a certain dollar value? So let's say I was up $950, and I, based on my understanding, let's say I was up $950, and I wanted to make $1,000 because $1,000 is a really, really nice number, right? And I see that there's a resistance at $1,250, but I'm like, man, if it goes up to $1,260, I'll be at $1,000 profit. I'm just gonna hold it. I want $1,000, so I'm focusing so much on my dollar value that I don't focus on the overall pattern, and then ends up getting rejected, and then I lose more money. So one thing that I wanted to do, that I want to encourage you guys all to do, is to focus on the pattern. What I did was I turned off my active trader. All I was focusing on was the overall pattern and what made sense on, is there any indication that there is a resistance level, and solely focusing on that. The dollar value is not important. That's what I have invested, and I will receive a percentage return based on what I've invested. But what's going to make me money is the pattern, and to be a smart trader and effective trader, I want to make sure that I focus on the pattern and not what it is that I've made. It's great to have goals, but it's very important to make sure that that dollar value doesn't influence what it is that, why it is that you're selling at a certain price point. If you hit a $300 profit, it doesn't mean that you should just cover right away for, $300 if the resistance is much higher, right? If there's still indication of an uptrend pattern and it's showing signs of a continuous uptrend, I mean, you can, but there is no indication of a resistance. Same thing when you are at a resistance. If there's a resistance and it obviously shows, hey, there's a resistance at $12.50, we might want to cover profits here, but you're like, hey, I just need 10 cents more and I'll make an extra $100 to achieve my weekly goal. Guys, don't force a trade. Focus on the patterns and focus on what makes sense. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. So what is the biggest, so this is from Denise is saying, what is your biggest reason for not holding? I've always seemed to get stuck having to hold. So I just think about opportunity cost. And what I mean by that is I try to, what the heck? I took a small position on X a little bit earlier. I'm up $72. That's pretty beast. Okay, sweet. Watch out with that middle view up resistance. I'm actually going to talk about that one in just a bit. But to answer your question is, when it comes down to opportunity costs, I want to make sure that if I'm about to get into a position, or I'm about to cover profits, or like people saying like, hey, should I hold this overnight? Just think about the opportunity cost. If you cover profits now, if you're green, what is the probability, knowing where it is at the support or resistance, if it's going to get rejected and pull back, and then you end up losing all the profits that you made? Or if you just cover profits, and even if it opens up greener on Monday, you're at least still able to get in and take advantage of that opportunity, understanding that you've already covered the profits that you made on Friday. That's much more conservative, but I feel like it's much more realistic and consistent. You're relying less on luck and actual facts. Like if I cover profits, that is my money. That is my money. I can revisit and get back in on Monday. Yes, I run the chance of missing out on some potential like gap up opportunity, but I would much rather focus on consistency. Again, one of the biggest recommendations that I can have for everyone that is just starting out is focus on consistent growth and not so much on maximizing overall growth in the very beginning, because you will make more mistakes in the beginning than you will later on down the road. And if you can just not discourage yourself as an investor and just focus on consistent growth and developing yourself and consistently growing your account. That's all I want. A great example of this is, I'm not too sure if you guys can actually see it, I shouted out my little sister. My little sister, obviously I mentor her and I guide her just like I mentor the people within the Learn Plan Profit group. Her account started at $1,500. She's been on a weekly basis, been able to cover, I believe, anywhere from 10 to 13% on a weekly basis percentage growth. You guys saw her. I'm going to make another video about her overall month, because now this month she is on track to, again, hit 40% growth. All she does is focusing on short-term swing trades just like we do. Very simple breakdown, very simple pattern, very simple understanding. I took a position on X. I called it out in the Learn Plan Profit group. So did she. She actually got in at a much better price point than I did. I think she did. Actually, I'm not too sure. That's what she told me. I have to follow up with her. But yeah. But as you guys can see, it's getting rejected potentially by that middle view up right now. Let me talk about drip. So I'm done talking about drip. I need to talk about X. As you do more technical analysis, you start to remember the support and resistance. Yep. So it's just diving in. Like, for those that are just like, man, I'm really not getting this. Like, I really don't understand support and resistance. I really don't understand these indicators. I really don't understand these different patterns. Guys, it takes time. The thing that I've noticed is the people that are that have really invested a lot of time in my YouTube videos, or have really invested a lot of time in the Learn Plan Profit course, and really take, don't overwhelm yourself. And that's something that I'm actually doing with someone that I'm mentoring. I want to make sure that you don't overwhelm yourself when you're just getting started, but that you do. Consistency is key in everything that you want to pursue. Anything. Just school, everything. If you're consistently learning new things, if you're consistently trying to develop yourself as a trader, dedicate 20, 30 minutes to learn something new every single day. If it's about the stock market or whatever niche you want to solely invest in, great. But make sure that it's on a consistent basis and that you don't overwhelm yourself in the very beginning, because that dollar return or that instant return isn't going to be there. This isn't a market where you get lucky, and if it is, you won't get lucky for a consistent period of time. This is a market that, if you understand, you can make money. I mean, you can make money. Again, that's not a huge amount of money. Well, it's a lot of money. But look, $1,314. I'm up over $1,300. No, $3,300 profit this week. I was up over $3,800 profit last week. How do I do this? Am I a ridiculous trader? Do I trade all these low cap penny stocks? No. If you've noticed, I don't trade any penny stocks. I don't trade any pump and dumps. I only trade patterns that make sense to me. And I almost trade the same thing week after week because it works for me. And that just shows how important consistency and quality is. Very simple. And I think my course, the Learn Plan Profit Lesson Library, does an amazing job outlining that and providing that information in a structured format. And then after you're learning all that, you get the ability to speak to me every single day and run any idea. You get to reach out to me and my team every single day, but you actually get to speak to me every single day because I'm actually trading with you. And that's where the value is. I'm here, I'm relevant, I'm trading with you, I'm breaking down stocks with you. I will not tell you where to buy, I will not tell you where to sell. If you're looking for someone to spoon feed you, this is not the community for you. But if you're someone that is willing to dedicate time to really take your trading to the next level, and you're really willing to do this on a consistent basis, then I would love to be a part of your success. And again, that's the first link in the description. The third link in the description is our free community of over 90,000 members for TechBot Solutions. There we go. So drip is seeing somewhat of a little resistance here, so it's getting a little bit of a pullback. I actually really like that. Oh, and I wanted to update you guys. So for all those that are part of Learn Plan Profit or just TechBot Solutions as a whole, I'm going to be uploading 3 new videos in the course, since I'm always continuously updating the course, since the market's always changing. And I'm going to be talking about how I average up, how I average down, bull flag, bear flag patterns, and also the difference from EMA and SMA in a more detailed video. So okay, so I try my hardest to not trade the same stocks as you because I want to get to the same point by not copying you. But a lot of the same stocks are in your watch list, and that's it's not about like, and I appreciate that, Edgar. So it's not about trading the same stocks as me. It's you if you're watching this video and you've gotten this far, you're probably smarter than the average person, right? And the reason I say that is you're also probably pretty motivated because you're not this isn't for entertainment purposes. I know, I might look rather unique, right? I'm totally kidding. I look kind of dorky. But in reality, I mean, you're not watching this because I'm fun. You're watching this because You want to learn how to make money out of investing money. And you know, you're rather smart people, right? So with that understanding that you are knowledgeable, as long as you're not taking a position just because I called it out and you actually see value in the pattern, then that's what you should make sense of. That's what you should follow. You should follow the patterns that make sense to you. If they don't make sense to you, I can call out the stock that I hate the most is TOPS. I think it's a complete crap show, right? I will never invest it, but let's say I'm just like, hey, I see value in TOPS and I take a position. You should never trade based on other people's opinion. If you're like, hey, I have certain criteria that every stock has to meet, ascending uptrend pattern above the 180-day EMA, you know, the margin of profit has to be 10% plus. TOPS doesn't meet that criteria, then don't trade it. Make sure that all of you have a set filter of criteria of what that stock needs to meet to be verified or qualified as a good deal and as a stock that is worth investing your hard-earned money, because you work very hard for your money and I want to make sure that it works very hard for you. That's it. So thank you, Ricky. I'm a visual learner and watching here is also great. Being in the LPP is great. Thank you, Electrician for Hire. Like that. So, but yeah, you guys can see, I mean, you guys can review overall like feedback from like Technical Solutions, overall like feedback from Learn, Plan, Profit. I'm sure people can comment down below in their experience with our group. I mean, I stand behind our entire community because I know it is one of the best ones out there, if not the best. I truly believe that. I feel like we're really having a positive impact in the masses because we reach such a large audience of people, and it's because we really are here to not spoon feed anyone. I'm not here to sell alerts. I don't sell alerts. I don't tell people where to buy and sell. I just focus on patterns that make sense to me, and I break down stocks for the people, and I give them my honest opinion. That's simple, right? We're here to benefit and assist one another, and I think that's a really beautiful thing about this. So real quick, I'm going to break down X, and I will let you guys go. I'm also going to do a money dance real quick. So for all those that like making fun of me, you're going to have something to make fun of me about now. But very quick, so X was one that we talked about. I've traded this one. I made a couple, I think $100 earlier this week, and it's showing this like cup and handle formation, overall resistance at around $38. That makes sense, right? But the thing that we really focused on in the Learn, Plan, Profit group and we talked about today is this ascending uptrend pattern. I guess you can't actually see it from that, but what I look for when a stock is showing signs of an uptrend is when its pullbacks, when it supports, when it pulls back, are higher than its previous supports. Do you see, look at the supports where it bounces. Do you see this one? Do you see this one? And then do you see that one? And then do you see that one? Do you see how it's an ascending uptrend pattern? Same thing with its resistance. It's an ascending uptrend pattern. Does that make sense? Right? So it's this ascending uptrend pattern. It had this sell off and then it's showing this slight recovery, right? So it's starting to push up. You can see the bottom of where the price is right now. And it's starting to recover and it's starting to show this uptrend pattern. And the margin of profit here is actually, I mean, pretty nice, right? It's about, you know, a little bit over 7%. That's good. And that's if it ends up making you highs. So taking that into consideration, one thing that I saw was like, hey, you know, there's a break above the EMA intraday. It's actively trending up. It's something that I didn't do before. I took a small position. I didn't go in with my full account because it's not trending. It's still trading in between the middle VWAP and the bottom VWAP, which means that it's actively still trending down. So what I did was I took of my overall account about a 40% position, and then I'm going to add another 40% when it breaks above the middle VWAP. Once it pushes up, pulls back, and confirms the middle VWAP as a support. And then I plan to cover at around $36 to overall highs of 30. I'm pretty conservative, so if I get anywhere close to 36, you better believe I'm going to cover profits. And that is it. I mean, that's my breakdown. Very simple breakdown on why it is that I see value. I review certain indicators. You know, the VWAP indicators is something that I leverage. I have a video in the Learn, Plan, Profit course that explains exactly how is it that I use it to day trade. Also, the EMA indicator, I've made numerous videos about that also on YouTube. So I think that's really just it, guys. So now it's just time. Guys, we made, we made money today, right? There's no question about that. Not just myself, but a lot of people within the overall trading community, right? If you're part of Technical Solutions, if you simply just watch my videos, or if you're part of Learn, Plan, Profit, there is no question that we made money. I think too many people are so, especially in the space of like investing, they're so formal, they're so like monotone, and they're so just dull. And I want to make it fun. I've made numerous videos about like another day, another dollar videos, just fun videos to like make trading like fun and entertaining. And that's what I'm going to do. So I know I'm going to make a complete fool out of myself, but I want to start this little thing where every time that someone makes money, that we do a money dance. So, okay, Google, play. Guys, and it's Friday. Okay, Google, 100% volume. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry for all the bad words. You guys need to do the money dance with me. Oh. I'm actually not a really good dancer, so for all those that are tuning in, and if you guys want to give the video a thumbs up, feel free to let me know. Again, guys, $1,300 profit. It's Friday. We've had an amazing week. Over $3,300 profit this week. There's nothing to not be happy about. We have an amazing opportunity to make so much money in the stock market. It's just for those that really understand how to do it. I hope that you guys all have an amazing week. Continue working hard. Continue following my dreams. Let your passion be what drives your success. Jason, you punk. You're saying that you're cringing. I know I'm horrible, but I'm okay with making a fool out of myself as long as it makes you guys happy and as long as we continue making money. Hope you guys all have an amazing day. Take it easy, team.